Indy, should we go? Let's go, boy. Come on, watch out. What's up guys, Malcolm Moore here. And in today's video, I want to let you in on a little secret. And that is that snowboarding is actually really easy. Seriously, but most of us, we have a few bad habits just hidden there that creep into your riding that just make life that little bit more difficult. And honestly, it really doesn't need to be. So in today's video, I'm going to give you a few simple hacks that are going to fix your riding. Watch out, Indy. And if you can apply them to your snowboarding, it's going to make your life so much easier and make your riding that much better. So, hey, calm down you. Sorry about Indy. He's a bit restless. He wants to get going. We're going to start off with posture. Posture is the main fundamental, the main building block for good snowboarding. And if your posture's wrong, everything is going to go wrong. So what we want to do, we want to have our body aligned so that our center of mass is stacked vertically over our edge, sending all our weight down over our edge. Now that sounds a bit confusing, but simply put, all it means is that on our toe edge, we have to push our hips forward, and on our heel edge, we have to pull our hips back. So we're going to do a simple exercise that's going to get that working. We're going to traverse across the slope on the toe edge, keeping the hips pushed forward. On the heel edge, hips pull back. And what you want to achieve is a nice thin line in the piece behind you, in the snow behind you, and that's a good sign that you're getting your weight in the right place. So just like this, hips push forward on the toe edge, nice and easy. And as you come around the other side, hips pull backwards on the heel edge. Hips forward on the toe edge. Hips back on the heel edge. Everything stays in line. My shoulders are in line with the board. My knees are slightly bent. And my head is always looking across the slope where I'm going. Only difference is, as I say, hips forward on the toes. Oh, Indy, watch out. And hips back on the heel edge. Now this is really easy to self-check in your own riding. All you have to do is visualize the line of your spine and imagine continuing that all the way down to the floor. When you're on your heel edge, you want your spine to point directly over your edge. And when you're on the toe edge, same theory applies. Because your hips are pushed forward, you follow the line of my spine, you can see it pushes right down over that toe edge. So give this exercise a few goes, and you'll find really quickly, if you look back at your line, you can achieve that nice thin line in the snow. Just by getting your weight in the right place, you'll begin to have the board starting to carve. Look at him, he's mad for it. Okay, so that is super simple. Just let this helicopter pass, it's being a bit loud. Super simple tip there, and that is going to correct your posture. So now you've got that sorted, the key thing is how we transition between those two positions, how we change between our heel edge position and our toe edge position, because this is where I really see all these crazy bad habits coming in. You know, people swinging their arms around, doing things they really don't need to do, that just makes their riding way, way harder for themselves. And this hack, this one here, is a real game changer, because not only is it so effective, it's so simple and it's so easy. All you're going to do, we'll start off in the traverse again, but when I get to the edge of the piece and I want to change edge, I'm simply going to stand up. That's it. It's not a huge movement, you know, I was never crouched down super low in the first place, but I'm just going to slowly stand up a little bit, and what that's going to do is going to start to bring my hips over the middle of the board, therefore it crosses my center of mass over the board. That in turn will flatten the board, and then I can just drop my hips down onto my new edge. So give this a watch. Knees bent, hips back on my heel edge. I stand up, the board flattens, sink down, I'm now on my toe edge. back across the slope this way, stand up, sink down. Stand up, sink down. Up, down. Indy, get out of my way. I'm trying to do a demo here. You're messing it up. Okay, so that's it. It is honestly that easy and that simple. Just by standing up, the board's going to flatten. It's going to find its way into the fall line. So by that I mean it's going to start pointing down the slope. And as it does that, you just cross your hips over the board and sink down onto your new edge. So now I want to show you how using this movement, you can actually ride really well. I'm going to speed up the timing of it a little bit. I was doing it quite slow there, so I'm going to ride a little bit faster. I'm going to stand up a little bit quicker and then sink down a little bit quicker onto my new edge as well. So we've just got the ski club coming past. All the lifts in France are currently shut, unless you're a kid in a ski club and you get to go on it. So I've come up here nice and early to try and beat them, but they're starting to come down now. So we'll let them past. One more, and then give me a watch. All right, here we go. Okay, knees bent on my edge. Stand up, edge change, sink back down. And you might be wondering how the board is turning, and it's simply because I've got my weight in the right place. I'm engaging the side cut on my board. You know, your side cut isn't a straight line, it's cut from a circle, and just by putting your board on edge, it's going to pull you round in an arc. And basically, I can just sit on that edge as long as I want, and then when I want to make an edge change, all I do is stand up and cross over the board. Simple. Up, down. Up, down. Up, down. Up, down. Woo! Okay, and it's up to me when I make the edge change. You know, imagine you're on one of those skinny cat tracks. They can be quite difficult to just roll from edge to edge. That's essentially all I'm doing here now. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Then as the piste gets a bit wider, as you start picking up a bit more speed, you just hold in that position, hips back on your heel edge, come up, hips forward on your toe edge. And that's it. Super simple. And it might not look like I'm actually doing much, because I'm not, you know. That's why this little hack is so good. It just gets your weight perfectly in the right place, so you really don't need to do a lot to get your board to really work for you. Here comes Indy. Can he catch me? Come on, boy. And as you start to get the timing and the coordination of this movement down, you really start to flow between your turns. And the actual name for this movement, when you get it done right, is called an up unweighted turn. Because as I stand up, it unweightens the board and it just edge changes really easily underneath my feet. Perfect. So there we go. Few simple hacks. Sort your posture out first. That is going to be the key. And once you've got that, do this simple standing up movement at the edge change, and you'll be able to roll your board between heels and toes super easy and whenever you want to. So get out there, guys, give that a go. Such a simple tip, but it can really fix your riding. Thanks for joining me and Indy. That's been his walk this morning. And as always, please hit that like and that subscribe button if you hadn't already. If you haven't already. And I'll see you next time. Hopefully we'll have a bit more sunnier weather than this. A little bit grey, a little bit gloomy, but still can't complain. All right, cheers, see you later.